We're all curious about various topics and subjects of interest. Listen in and perhaps cure your curiosity. Hi, you're listening to Curing Curiosity. I'm your host Christopher, and I apologize for not uploading last week. I recently got a job, and I now appreciate days off now because it's the first time I worked about 6 days in a row. It's the first time I worked that long in a row, and I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to relax. My legs were burning, my feet were burning, and I just wanted to lay down and rest. So again, I apologize for that, but you'll be getting a double feature this week. 2 episodes on Wednesday. I'm currently recording this on Tuesday. So yeah, this week I'm going to be talking about items of significance. So any object that has some sort of sentimental value to a person. Now, when that's the case, they don't want to get rid of it. They want to preserve it. And I'm saying they as just like a vague term, but I'm also saying it as in sense of like my sense, like because I have things like items that have some sort of sentimental value to me, and I don't want to throw them away. I just want to keep them there, just not touch them, just preserve them so they don't get ruined. I don't lose them, and they're just there, and I admire them, and I get really great memories each time I look at them. And there's one thing, just they people don't want to get rid of something that means something to them, like your parents mean something to you. No, you love your parents; they're in your heart. So you don't want to get rid of your parents, do you? Simple as that. Like your parents can count as an item of significance, but yeah, a family member can count. I think. I don't know. I'm not that sure. So now let's get into like some items of significance that I personally have, and feel free to comment down below if you have any. I'd like to figure out what you guys keep and what it means to you. I don't know why I worded it like that. It just came out of my mouth. So I remember back when I was like 3, 4, 5 years old. I don't remember the specific age. I was back in like kindergarten, elementary school. I had this. I have this little tiny stuffed golden bear that no I liked, and I honestly don't remember where my parents got it for me because I sure didn't get it unless I did, and my memory's screwing with me right now. But I've had that since I was around 4 or 5 years old. And I remember um, one night or one day, I think I came home from school, like elementary school, and our cat had chewed off the eyes and the nose to it. So it's just strings coming out from where the eyes were, and just this like jagged part where the nose was. And he chewed it off because it's plastic. I don't know. Our cat has like this thing with chewing plastic. We'll just see him chewing plastic bags or plastic wrappers. Yeah, that happens. And I remember I was so upset. I just put that tiny stuffed golden bear away for so many years, and I occasionally just take it out and look at it and come up with a way to fix it. So like a few years ago, I think, I think it was a few years ago. Again, my memory could be just screwing with me right now. Um, I had washed it because it got dirty and it smelled, and eventually I just washed stuff. So my mom came up with the brilliant idea, which I probably should have thought of, and it's the simplest thing: use paint. So took a chopstick, like took the end of a chopstick, dipped it in some black paint, made the eyes, took it on, took like a tiny brush, painted on the nose, and that was it. And it looked like the tiny stuffed bear from my childhood. And yeah, that was basically it. It's also a keychain, but that kind of broke off, and I don't know how to do that and fix that. I don't have a replacement for that. Probably just go buy a replacement keychain or a fob or whatever it's called and just screw it back on. But I'm good. I don't want to. I just like it as it is. And that's something I am going to keep with me because looking at that reminds me of my childhood. And I don't want to let go of that. And now, this just one more thing. This might be a bit of a short episode. I apologize for that. But, and this is something that my friends know why it's important to me, and that one of my cousins just bugged me about it. So it's a bit of a weird thing, but Peppa Pig has some sort of significance to me, and it's a bit of a long story. I don't know if it is that long. I'll just explain it. So back in high school, my last year of high school, when we're still all part of student council, like a few weeks before school started, we would do like these outings called council camp. It's just a 2-day, 1-night outing where we just work on leadership skills and activities for orientation day for the secondary ones that are coming in. And it was my last year of high school, so it would be my last year of council camp. I was in secondary 5. And we went to a camp called Camp Papillon, which I've been to multiple times, whether it's been council camp. The first time I went to council camp was at Camp Papillon. I absolutely loved it. And each time during the school year, we have something called leadership camp, which is a 3-day, 2-night outing at Camp Papillon. And I might get into that to more depth in a future episode with a guest that knows more about it than I do, probably. Anyways, we went to Camp Papillon, and I love it. It's my last time actually going to that camp because then COVID hit, and yeah, nobody was able to go to leadership camp that year. Kind of sucks. I feel bad for them. And so the purpose of leadership camp is that we'd be split up into 2 teams. Like student council would be split into 2 teams, and while the other team was called the Burning Plungers, our team was called the Peppa Pigs. Yes, it's normal to have weird names because the weirder the name, and we get points for it. The entire point system, it's this that entire segment of being split up into 2 teams and the points system is just to lead to our canvas that we're gonna have for that year. And the canvas that we're having for that year represents like student council and leadership camp before the school year started. So go through, do a bunch of activities, trying to get as much points as possible, and we had something at the end of the day called the Amazing Race, which is a segment of activities that we had to run to accomplish before the other team did, and that was it. And for once, the first time that happened, my team won, or the team I was on won, because it's never happened before that the team that I was on won. Yeah, and so our council canvas for that year was actually something that I did. I designed it because I don't think anybody else was, so I just like, sure, I'll just draw something. So I drew an angry Peppa Pig holding a hose, extinguishing a burning plunger. One of my favorite drawings, I'll be honest. But to wrap it up, Peppa Pig has this sort of significance to me that reminds me of student council and the fun time I had at a council camp with my friends. It was honestly my favorite year, and actually, I back like I think in July, late July, I think I went to Ashambo with my mom and my sister, and at Ashambo, it's a bookstore. Um, they had these little beanie babies, and there's this little beanie baby of Peppa Pig. So I basically bought a Peppa Pig beanie baby, and yeah, it's one of the weird things to be have some sort of sentimental value, but it actually does, and I love it. I just have this now tiny Peppa Pig beanie baby sitting downstairs because I'm currently recording this in my bedroom. Yeah. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. Not really because we're having a double feature episode, so tune in for that. Thank you guys for listening, and tune in next week, and perhaps we'll cure your curiosity. Bye, guys.